Hi guys, welcome back to another van vlog, and this is, I'm going to call it bad parenting, and it is bad parenting and it's all my fault. So what happened then? I was doing a race locally, motocross race, and I had obviously I had a couple of my friends doing the same race, and also a good friend of mine and her son, who is the same age as my son, came, and basically my son and her son and my friend would just all hang out. You know, the two boys that played and would come and watch the racing and practicing, whatever else, and you know, it was nice. It was good to have him there watching his dad ride, and also there was mates who's not too bored, and obviously my friend was keeping an eye on him, and yeah. So that's the backstory. But the bad parenting bit, which is completely my fault, was it was a beautiful day. It was a stunning weekend, and the race day was Sunday, and we'd got to the track early. I've got made sure we had food and drink and everything for all of the people that were there, and had everything prepared and everything that I thought was right. But one thing I had forgotten, and it was just absolutely stupid, but it was a very big mistake, and it was very bad, is sunscreen. I forgot sunscreen for my son, and obviously completely my fault. And you know, the boys were playing, running around the field and going around the track, and I went out practicing, come back, made sure everyone's alright, made sure he was drinking his fluids and everything, keeping up, because it was boiling. And you know, don't get me wrong, he's not running around naked. He's, you know, he's in a t-shirt, tracksuit bottoms, I think, at the time. And halfway through the day, we stopped, had some lunch, got one of the races out of the way, and we came to make sure it came to a point where there was like an hour break, and so we all got together, we all sat in the van nattering, and everything seemed alright. I didn't even see any issues, and yeah, boys were still kept going out playing and mucking around and chatting with the guys who's racing with me and my friend. And then come time for my next race, so off I went, kitted up, fueled the bike, made sure everything's ready, went out and did my next race. So anyway, the end of the day rolls round, and we're packing the van up, and I look at my son, I'm like, oh my god. And I think it was one ear was worse, his ears were just covered in blisters. So bad, and I just, oh my god, you cretin, so bad. And he had like loads of blisters going around one ear, and only, you know, I say only, he shouldn't have any, but he had one or two on one, and it almost like all the way around on his other ear was just covered in these blisters. Oh, and I just felt so bad, so guilty. And yeah, he looked a mess. The rest of him, absolutely fine. He wasn't burnt on his arms or his face, it was just his ears. So I don't know why it was just his ears, but that was a huge oversight on my half, huge oversight. And I think it was just trying to get everything ready, and you always forget something, and badly, and it was all my fault, I forgot the most important thing to me, my son. And I made sure he had food, and I made sure he had drink, and all of the above like that, but I forgot sunscreen. And one of the reasons, and I'm not making excuses, I should wear sunscreen all the time. I should do too, but I don't. It's very, very, very rare I wear sunscreen. So it just didn't even click, you know, and it should do, and I know it should do, but it didn't. I just didn't even think about it. Now, I will say I'm not with my son's mother, so it's not like she's there saying, oh, don't forget sunscreen, because let's be honest, 99.9% of mothers would have thought of it, you know, and they would have, but you know, that she wasn't there, or wasn't in that situation, didn't even know what we were doing, because you know, it was my weekend with my son. So yeah, it's all on me 100%, and it is bad, but like I said, it's no excuse. But because I don't really wear sunscreen, which I should, I understand that, I forgot, and I didn't think, and yeah, that poor lad. And then obviously he went home looking awful because his ears were falling apart. Obviously I got some, I think it's aloe, what's it, I can't remember what you call it, it's got aloe vera in it, so it's soothing, and we, you know, treated him, and yeah, and he was, again, he got over it, it was alright, and he's, obviously I never made that mistake ever again, but it was a mistake, and it was completely my fault, and I shouldn't have made that mistake. But that was, unfortunately, and I apologise to my son, because it would have been very uncomfortable for him, and to be honest, he was only young, so he was still at school, and embarrassing for him as well to go to school with all this stuff on his ears and stuff. So I'm sure, well, you know, we all know what kids are like, they're awful with any kind of difference in a child, so I apologise to him for that. But yeah, just, it's not a good thing to say, but I think it needs to be put out there. I'm completely fallible, I'm only a human, and I did make a mistake, and I hold my hands up. But have any of you done anything like that? Made any mistakes where I've, you know, accidentally, obviously it's never on purpose, hopefully, where you've forgotten something that's actually led to quite a bad thing, really? If you have, chuck it in the comments, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.